Hey guys, welcome to the hopefully new and improved podcast. We've progressed along over the last little while, but welcome to podcast number 1 of the Frontline Forward podcast. I'm your host, Brian Stevens. 30 years as a paramedic here in the province of Ontario and 18 years on board the helicopter based out of London, Ontario, where I work with a special group of people as a critical care flight paramedic. It is my pleasure, our pleasure to have you here today. We got Max the Wonder Dog and Ron Sonoda. He's always hanging around here somewhere. Thank you for taking time out of your day to be with us for the next 30 to 40 minutes. My very special guest today, and I say special because she is in so many ways, Miss Natalie Butler. She's definitely a fitness enthusiast, a guru. She's got tons of experience, just an incredible girl, and runs a very powerful program here, the Dryland program at Frontline Forward. She runs it outside for us here right now during the days and months where we can right now, and then she moves that inside. She's also going to be running a bunch of our indoor cycle program. We couldn't be more excited to have her here with us. The Dryland program is literally for everybody of all fitness levels, and Natalie makes that accommodating for everybody. Somebody that's never done an outdoor Dryland program, it's very accommodating, and also for people that are well accomplished at it, she will most certainly kick your butt. The biggest part of the show today, and we're going to touch on this, it's just how we connect physical and mental health wellness in your overall health, your overall wellness, and how you approach every day. It's going to be a great show. Stay tuned. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the Frontline Forward podcast. We got a little bit of a new format coming up with this whole thing. We're moving on from where we were with the podcast, and this thing is just always evolving and changing. It's just the world in which we live in right now. It's changing. Absolutely. And I thank you for taking time out of your day. If you're just getting up, grab a coffee. If you're had a long day, grab yourself a beer, a glass of wine, whatever it is, and settle in. Hopefully we can do our best to entertain you for the next little bit. My name is Brian Stevenson. I am your host for the Frontline Forward podcast, 30-year veteran of frontline service as a paramedic, and the last 18 years of my career on board the aircraft 792 out of London, where I worked as a critical care flight paramedic, and now founder and creator of Frontline Forward. Oh my gosh, what a big undertaking this has been. Our very special guest today, and I say special because she is special. She's laughing about it, but you're special in your way. Let's put it that way. I just want to say thank you for coming in to my good friend. I'm very proud to call you a good friend, Miss Natalie Butler.
Thank you very much for having me. And this is a new experience.
Mm-hmm. I think it's important for us to relay our connection, what we're doing, what we're trying to attempt to do here. But it's really important to know who you are and what you're all about. And, you know, I've got it down here. I don't even know what to call you. Do I call you the guru of fitness, the expert? Do I call you?
I'm the student.
The student?
I'm always the student.
I like that.
My priority is to learn as much as possible on a daily basis to be able to give people a better experience within their own body, their own mind, always helping to progress. That's my goal.
Yeah. I like that statement, always a student.
Well, if you're not, how can you grow as a person, and how can you help other people better themselves as people?
Exactly. And that's the way I see it too, you know, like every day is a learning experience, obviously with what we're dealing with right now in in the world, but I think outside of that, from a professional standpoint, from a spiritual, from a just a being aspect, we're always learning. We never stop learning. That's what we're here to do. We're here to learn. Yeah. So now, before we get into that, how are you doing? You doing okay?
I'm doing well. I definitely try to take an adaptive approach to my days because I don't feel that any day can be a whole good day or a whole bad day. You've got to take your parts as they come, and in life, waking up, or as a parent in business, it's just an adaptive day.
Yeah.
Take the good parts with the bad parts, mix them all together, and try to make it as great as I can.
There you go. And you're a mom.
Yes.
So that's the biggest job of them all.
Yeah, it's my favorite one.
Yeah.
It's my most accomplished, I would say.
Yeah. And it, like you said, it changes every day. Sure, you've got this plan for the day, but now we're going to go another way.
Absolutely. And you know what? In that being said, I would say almost every day is a fun day with that adaptive approach.
There you go. Yeah. Be willing to accept with whatever's coming your way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your background is fitness. Can we say that?
Yeah. I mean, that's a great general term.
Yeah. I left it pretty general because you do a lot of things in the fitness world. So I thought I'd just let you explain to people what you do.
Fitness has definitely been a pivotal part of my life from the beginning. It's been my therapy. It's been my occupation. It has been a driving force as a parent, keeping my kids active as an outlet and helping me parent them better, being able to relate to them, bringing their energy out, bringing their characters out. And then obviously people around me, being able to connect with people through fitness is personally my easiest approach. It's been a community. Like I said, I'm a student every day, and it's a topic that I love being a student of. That being said, on a formal platform, my beginnings of education came from personal experience in many different sports. More specifically, when I was 12, I began officiating hockey and moved up quickly as far as certification. And by the time I was 17, I was a level 3 hockey official, which essentially at that time there were 6 levels, and I was qualification wise one level below NHL, which was exciting as a female and a 17-year-old. I attended camps that were ran by the NHL, which was exciting. Officiated until I was 5 months pregnant, and then decided that my priority
I can
was
so see you
being a
doing that
mother.
too. I really can.
I loved it. And that being said, I also briefly pursued registered massage therapy and then took that in a health sciences direction, which helped lead me down to personal training, group fitness, therapeutic training. Well, as you mentioned, quite a few different directions.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable in many aspects of fitness.
Yeah.
But ultimately.
And you train some pro, semi-pro athletes?
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to work with some really exciting people that were, for the most part, quite ambitious and succeeded to the level that they wanted to make it to. You know, I have worked with hockey players that went through the OHL and then into the NHL, which was exciting. I've also worked with some university football players that went to combines. It's hard to pinpoint all of these different people because I've never identified myself with them. You know, I've just been a helping hand along with them. Their achievements are their own, and I'm just so grateful that I was along for that ride with them.
So tell me, you're obviously, you know, you're an active person, you're a gym person. You love going to the gym, you love working out for you.
Yeah, but that being said, I actually prefer to be outdoors. I prefer to be in more functional activity, whether it be on my bike, whether it be playing sports such as For instance, I got back on the ice and played hockey myself for the first time after 20 years. And it was an interesting experience because I had some self-doubt. Even
Really?
though skating, for me personally, is second nature. I could probably skate with my eyes closed. And I can't tell you, just the feeling of, again, community and being a part of a team and feeling that natural leadership come out and supporting a team was just so thrilling. And watching, improving to myself that I was more than capable.
But where I was going with that, you like to be physically active,
Yes.
whether that's in the gym or outdoors or on the rink, whatever. You like to be active.
Absolutely.
So, for me, I much the same way, love being in the gym, love being on the ice, the whole bit. I was thinking about becoming a personal trainer. And I had a friend of mine saying, be careful with that, in the aspect of, if you're going to do that, then you're taken away from that time at the gym or the rink or whatever is sort of you time. And when it becomes more of a job, you sort of lose the luster of why you like training it. So how have you battled through that, or have you even experienced it?
No.
There you go.
Not at any point. There's been times where I've worked too much, and that's on me.
Yeah.
But I've never lost the love of what I'm doing because I enjoy seeing people succeed, like I said, physically and mentally. Yeah. And if we are on a good level as far as communication, people are accountable for themselves, that success is endless, and that's what thrills me.
Yeah. And I've heard it from a number of the people that you train. They go, she's a bit of a hard ass, but at the same time, you're a hard ass, but you're there for them. You're there for them to succeed at what they do.
I like to refer to it as firm but fair.
Firm but fair. There you go. Yeah.
There's no bullshit.
Right. Exactly.
I'm not going to keep anything PG. But that being said, it comes back to personal accountability. Sure, I'm going to give you all the tools that I have within my toolbox, essentially, for you. And everybody is an individual, so their needs are all met differently. But at the end of the day, you need to be honest with yourself.
There's a big word.
And your goals are only achievable if you set yourself up to achieve them. Period. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Fitness, life.
It's like everything.
It is what it is.
You set yourself up for failure.
Right.
That's more than likely what's going to happen. Right. So let me ask you a pretty direct question. Like, you work with people that are actually, that are obviously motivated to what they're doing, to whatever they're trying to achieve with sports or just physical, fitness levels. But in general, do you think, are people lazy? It's a tough
think
question.
that there is a broad case of microwave society. People want things instantly.
Okay.
And that's where marketing of weight loss that there's always going to be the next best trend or diet. There's always going to be recycling of exercises. At the end of the day, it's consistency. Yeah. It's balance. And balance might look differently for some people, but ultimately there is a balance in nutrition. And I don't believe in swinging in extremes or quote unquote dieting. I think it's critical that the lack of nutrients from fruits and vegetables is addressed in everybody. Yeah. Balancing protein, because in society, that's another thing, is there's a hard lean towards high protein diets. We do need protein, not in the copious amounts that, let's say, the average trainer might push on some people. But then this is touchy for some people. Veganism has many different levels as far as ethical approach. But personally, I see it also as an extreme, but everybody is entitled to their opinions and their approach. This is just where I'm coming from with my perspective on health. Yeah. I like to try to help people find a healthy, sustainable balance and realize that it's a lifetime commitment.
And people ask me this all the time, how many times do you have to go to the gym? Like, how many times a week? How many of this? And I go, when it gets to be that, like when I have to give you a number, you have to work out 3 times a week, 5 times a week, 18 times a week. Then it just takes it away from, instead of this being, let's get up, let's go to the gym today, to being, oh my God, I gotta go to the frickin' gym today. I don't want to go there. And it just, as you said, it gets to be a lifestyle, and it needs to be a lifestyle, just like getting up and eating breakfast or lunch or supper. That's what it's all about, and that's the way it is for me. So I say to people all the time, you go for whatever you're trying to achieve. It just needs to be part of your daily, weekly routine to work out, because to go when you have to go because it says here in my book, oh, I've only worked out twice this week, I got to go again. That's tough. And I think that's where the failure comes with people. It's like you say with diets. People get on these crappy diets and they try them and they lose all this weight, and then they stop and then they gain the weight back. And
well, picking up where you left off about you're really sticking to being in a space is what I'm hearing from you, and getting to the gym and times a week. It's not just about living in the gym. It's about giving your brain stimulation.
yeah,
It doesn't have to be within walls. You know, I run a dry land, obviously, which is outdoors. And that's where I prefer people to get their first solution of exercise, fitness, mental health. Get some fresh air.
right.
You are an organism.
Yeah.
You need to breathe
Yeah.
and feel some intrinsic qualities in your life, which may not be found in walls. So it's not always looking for inspiration by picking up a weight. It might be going for a walk amongst some trees. It might be getting on your rollerblades. It might be getting a longboard, getting a bike, or like I said, no tools at all.
Right.
At the beach.
Right.
It's looking for inspiration and changing your mental perspective about what is going to give you satisfaction, and then addressing the qualities of being in a gym, being in a group environment. You know, some people struggle in the wintertime creating an opportunity to find physical fitness, and that's where a gym is definitely a safe place. And as far as number of times, it's life. There are ebbs and flows. Consistency,
Absolutely.
not necessarily in numbers of time in the gym, but knowing that you are consistently finding an outlet. And if that means 3 times a week that you're committing in a gym, that's healthy.
Sure.
And then knowing how efficiently and effectively you're spending that time. And the beautiful thing about Frontline, it's not just about sweating and pushing weights. I'm going to go back to the word community here, because you have an identity in this space. And I think that is something special that you can't necessarily find in every environment. There are many, many gyms and environments that have a community, and that's what makes them appealing, and people go back. But you can come into this community and know that you're in a safe space no matter what state you're in, mentally, physically, anything. We offer wellness, but also wellness of people and conversation.
Absolutely.
As heavy or as light as you might be seeking it, that may not consume your time here, but it is always a welcome and pleasurable option within this space, which I think is so beautiful.
So how's your dryland program going?
Fantastic.
It is.
And the reason being is because I like to call it dryland fever.
Yeah.
Once people get out and again experience that open air feeling, knowing that they're there for themselves, there is no competition unless it's within you and you're looking and setting markers based on your crew around you.
Yeah.
But I love that it is this naturally culminated environment based on the people that want to be there, and anybody is welcome at any time.
Right.
I find that is what has helped me retain so many people, is that these people, again, I come back to community. And while you have that community effect, you're also working hard.
Well, I find it super interesting in talking with the clients that we have around here that have used your services as a trainer or the dryland program. And they'll go, oh, son of a bitch, like she worked my effing ass off today, but yet they still come back because it's you. because you make it fun, you make them accountable, and you give them a space, as you said, to address not only the physical, but the mental aspect of whatever challenges they're facing today. And you're good at what you do. You're really good, because then you wouldn't have the popularity you do, the people that reach out to you, that follow you, that want to be part of the programs that you put together. And are they tough? Yeah, but it's worth it. Absolutely, it's worth it, because I think you're just building better human beings. I think that's what it comes down to.
Thank you. But they're ultimately making that choice.
Exactly.
Right?
But you're helping them to build a better them.
Thanks.
Yeah. Let's talk briefly about, I know over the last couple months, I've got to know you fairly well. I don't know all of your story, and I don't need to. And you know some of mine. How important is it for your mental health well-being to be physically active?
It's the most important.
I agree wholeheartedly. I had no idea when I was going through what I was going through. I had no idea until my therapist identified for me how important it was. I thought it was just going to the gym. That's what I thought. I went there because I wanted to be there. I enjoyed being there. I worked hard. I work hard when I'm there, but I had no idea of how that stimulated and supported my mental health wellness. So I agree with you, and I thank you for being the person you are. I know the challenges, like I said, some of the challenges you faced in life as you've been growing up, the family challenges that you've had, and I would think that the gym has probably played a major role in your overall wellness.
Absolutely. It's, well, like I said, it has been such a pivotal point in my life, at every point in my life. No matter, even if in the times of my life that I thought I didn't need it, that lasted a minute.
Yeah.
But that aside, it doesn't always have to be an aggressive experience. As far as, not to take it back to me and my style and my approach, and, you know, you're getting these reviews about me beating people up. Some people need that aggression and that outlet. But as far as mental health and wellness, physical, every aspect, everybody needs to know that there is a form of outlet for them, whether it be yoga, whether it be cycle, whether it be, you know, MMA.
Exactly.
It's finding your you and not having somebody else decide that for you. You need to decide what your outlet is, and you also need to be open-minded in trying new outlets. That's exciting. I like to pride my programs also on taking it as you will, as far as you're going to get what you give.
There you go.
It's again, I know that I probably sound quite repetitive in saying that it's your personal accountability, but if you want to come in and you want to move at a certain pace, that is welcomed.
Right.
You want to come in, you want to get your ass beat hard, that's the easy part for me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're going to learn things about your body, you're going to learn things about yourself, and I think that that's exciting too, because it's personal and nobody else has control over that but you.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's life, right?
Yeah.
That's life, and that's why I'll go back to the statement that I made that I think is absolutely true with you. It's just you're building better people. You know, I coached and was involved in hockey at the junior B level and at the midget AAA level with boys. Very dedicated people to the sport that they were playing, worked hard at it. But at the end of the day, you know, I was fortunate enough to coach and manage some of the, you know, like a guy like Mark Scheifele. Awesome individual.
Hard worker.
But people don't understand how hard Mark worked at what he did. And look where he is today, because that was his goal. But I mean, you know, Mark's one of those, and there was several other guys that went on to junior A careers and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, we were just building better people, building better building blocks and resiliency to the challenges that you face. Because as you said at the start of the show, every day is not a good day. Mm-hmm. So understand that, but work through it, because the only way you're going to work through it, you got to do it first.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. No. And, the Dryland program is here. I'll be honest, I haven't done it yet. I know you're like, oh, one day I'm going to get you. But I watch the guys and girls out here, and to your point, if they want their ass beat, that's welcome. But I've watched you with people out there that don't want that. They want to come and just experience, and you're as gentle with them as you can be, and you just motivate them to be who they're going to be. And you do a good job at this.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. It's exciting. So you do cycle classes as well?
Yes.
I know you told me don't call it spin classes. You told me next time I did you were going to whack me. So you're far enough away here you can't whack me. But cycle classes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cycle is fantastic because I would say it is one thing that is very accessible for the majority of people. And you can take it as you would like at any level. I know I'll be the first to admit that I'm a little harder on the bike, but I can't touch you. It's only mental abuse. And I mean that jokingly. It's guided, right? One thing that we haven't touched on is how important fitness or exertion is for your brain as far as brain health.
Okay.
Mental well-being is part of that. However, our long-term intelligence, our function, it is so critical on building new neural connections. And that doesn't just take one specific fitness regime, essentially.
Yeah.
When you are in a group setting and you're taking instruction, you're learning new actions, you're creating these muscle connections, control within your body, it is building your brain.
Right.
And that rebuilding and reconstructing and new connections of your brain is so critical long-term, as critical as building your bone structure by lifting weights, as critical as keeping your mobility and flexibility.
Yeah.
It actually, I would say it's the most critical part because your brain runs the show, right?
I agree.
So it's funny because it kind of gets put by the wayside, I find, in the majority of health and fitness conversations. It doesn't matter your sex, your age, your color, your gender.
No.
Well, I said sex already, but without your brain, what do you have?
Yeah.
And you need to move to keep that moving and to progress.
Absolutely.
Especially, we are living longer, and quality of life is being able to process.
Yeah.
I would love to encourage people to think more broadly about that. And that, it's one thing to follow a continuous routine that feels good and comfortable. It's important to break that routine and build your brain.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So you're good at what you do.
You keep saying that. I'm as good as people feel that I am to them.
Oh, there
I
you
will
go.
say that, okay? Because anybody can claim to be anything. I will always try my best for the people that seek my help.
Right. And I think, what we're doing here at Frontline in an overall perspective, and you mentioned it earlier, I just want to emphasize it because you and I have had many conversations about this, about what to call this place, a wellness center, a gym, a this, or that. I think what it really comes down to is we're just building a community.
Absolutely.
A community here that you can come in here, however shitty of a day you've had, whatever time of the day it is, and you can come in here and you can know that whatever you want to accomplish today, we're here to help you accomplish that.
Yes.
And that's really what it comes down to. And you're a big part of that, and I thank you. I thank you for being you.
I thank you for being you, Brian.
Well,
I thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
Your ambition to support the Frontline community. I obviously am not a frontliner. I have not been on that forefront to experience what you and so many others have experienced. However, at the end of the day, no matter whether you're a firefighter, you're a paramedic, you're an officer, you're all a team. And I hope that we can have people come through our doors and feel that they're a part of this team.
Exactly. Part of this community, part of this family, call
Absolutely.
it a team, whatever you want to call it, is okay with me. Just come. And the big thing here is just be you.
Yep.
I love the people that can come in here and lift the house. It's exciting to me to watch people that are able to do that. It's exciting for them to accomplish the new goals. And it's great to watch the people that come in here just because they want a place to come and be for the next hour or two and just do what they do.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No judgment. And let's just emphasize that we're here just to help you accomplish whatever you want to accomplish in life.
Couldn't agree more.
There you go. All right. Well, again, thank you for listening. Thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with us. Hopefully you learned some stuff. If you want to learn more about Natalie, you can, how can people get in touch with you? How can they find out about you?
Well, I'm not particularly active on social media. It's not my forte.
Yeah.
I would love if you would just come through the doors
Yeah.
and see what Frontline is about. You're always welcome to access any programs for free that you're interested that I'm overseeing personally. Again, the door is wide open.
Awesome.
Let's see what we can do together.
Come and watch the Dryland program, cheer them on, and then join in and join in everything else that you're involved with around here. Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your day. To each and every one of you out there, please remain to stay healthy and safe and strong. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thanks.
That's when the lights start going out, and a call comes through the radio phone. We pray to God we make it home, and the lights turn on and sirens roar to help the ones that we don't know. My brothers and my sisters go to fight against the great unknown.